We're like,
Yeah, I think like November sometime, I think is when we hired him.
yeah, so we hired this cold calling team, and it was our buddy Steve Jordan from college, super good friend of ours, and this guy named Blake, and that went to college with us as well. And we also had some people that would come in occasionally and call for commission.
They wanted to like learn how to do it, learn about wholesaling, kind of get their feet wet.
Yeah, and we had gotten a couple deals from cold calling, so we were like, let's scale this out. Let's get some more cold callers.
Yeah.
And we got them all in the Mojo dialer. We had them meet at the broker's office we were working at, and they'd call for 4 hours a day. And it was brutal for these guys. Like, they couldn't handle it. They were calling, and they were getting yelled at, and it was, you know, it was hard for them. But they did it. We paid them $15 an hour.
Yeah, I don't know how we afforded that.
We were generous because we believed that it was like, hey, the better quality of callers, like the more deals, better deals we'll get, right? And
just a tip, guys, don't ever pay anybody $15 an hour to cold call.
No,
it's a simple numbers game. It doesn't really matter.
They can be from. We've tried many cold callings.
We've tried
Filipinos, Egyptians, Mexicans,
U.S. people.
It's all kind of the same.
It's all a numbers game. So
honestly, the foreign people probably can handle the longevity, like how long they have to work better than the Americans can, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, if you pay $5 an hour for, a foreign person, or you outsource it overseas, you can get 3 times the amount of calling done as you do one person for $15 an hour.
Yeah, and it's in all reality, they're just saying, "Hey, do you want to sell?" That's pretty much all they can get done.
Yeah,
but anyway,
basically finding people.
Yeah. So one thing that was kind of funny is Blake, one of our cold callers that we hired, he was from Canada, and he didn't have like a place to live. He had just gotten like his transitioning. So we wanted to hire him because he was smart kid. So I went to my wife and I was like, hey babe, like Blake needs a place to live. Can he live in our house? He's gonna cold call for me, and he's gonna pay a little bit of rent, but I'm paying him anyway, so it's like guaranteed rent. She was not feeling it, but I like convinced her because I really wanted to grow the business and build our team. But I don't know how she agreed to it, because like our bedroom is like in our house. Like, we don't have a big house, but our bedroom's right here, and he lived in the room like right across from our bedroom, and it was just a terrible idea.
Shared the fridge, shared everything, right?
No, I gave him a separate fridge in the garage. It was like one of those mini fridges.
Oh, gotcha.
But he would always put his stuff in my fridge. I'd be like, bro, I got you your own fridge. Don't put your stuff in our fridge. He's like, oh, sorry. And it's like, no, he knew what he was doing.
He ain't trying to walk out to the garage to get his eggs.
So that was a pretty funny experience. We had him. So the reason why I bring up the cold calling team is things kind of died down after, we did the barber deal. We didn't get a lot of deals after Christmas.
After Christmas, we took a break for Christmas.
Took a break from
full
Christmas.
2-week break.
Right. And after that, we went like 2 or 3 months.
We had Mo in January.
Oh my gosh, dude. I forgot
So
about
we'll get into
Mo.
Mo probably a little later.
That's going to be...
It's a crazy story. So we'll get into Mo at kind of the end of the podcast.
Yeah, but just to let you know, cold calling, like we did get Mo's deal from cold calling, and I think that's the one that you cold called or I cold called or something.
I don't remember. I just remember we went over there so many times.
Yeah, that was from like previous in the year. But anyway, so the cold calling thing after hiring our guys, like they weren't producing a lot of leads or deals at that point. So
yeah, I don't think either of them got any deals.
Yeah.
That's another reason, like, they got you to get deals from cold calling. You got to put in the time and
a lot of effort, right? A lot of number. It's a totally numbers game. So they were calling for 4 hours a day. It wasn't really translating. So we kind of crushed that. We left his friends and said, "Hey guys, it's not making sense. It's not working." And the office we were working at that